I haven't even pulled cards yet, but right away for you, what I'm hearing is that there is something in your life that is about to start moving in the right direction. Or there's something about you needing to be aware that you're moving in the right direction. There's a lot here coming about direction, orientation, getting something of that sort. I was seeing a compass. Okay. Something in your life is about to be moving in the right direction. You're about to be pointed the right way. All right. So, like I said, I don't really know what exactly wants to come through for you today, but it has to do with direction, your life direction, your life path, or something. I just heard recalibrated. Interesting, like compass being recalibrated. Something here is being aligned. Okay, it's making me think of like, you know, when you get like your like the tires in your car aligned, something like that. Something about perfect balance coming through here for you, whether it be just in your life in general, a certain situation in your life, you feeling more calibrated, more balanced. Okay, we're gonna get some information here and figure this out for you. What is this about? Maybe you've just been feeling out of sorts, like there hasn't been balance in your life. Something that was really coming through from Spirit the last few days was this sense of having discernment for when you're too anchored in your physical reality. I need to pull yourself back in to your spirituality, back into your higher self, back into your true inner essence that lives independently of this physical reality that you're experiencing, because that's what it is, an experience at the end of the day. It's not the end all be all of you. And so, yeah, there's this had been coming through where it's like, can you have the discernment to know when you're too anchored in this 3D, in this game, in this avatar that you've chosen for yourself? And also in the opposite sense, where it's like, can you also have the discernment to recognize when you are too lost in the ether, when your head is too lost in the clouds, when you are no longer anchored in your reality, when you are becoming too much as one with the non-physical. Okay, because there is something really important about mastering both of these aspects. Okay, interesting. So maybe that is something that is resonating with you at this time, finding this perfect balance and equilibrium. That word really wanted to come out like that. Equilibrium between these two facets of you, between your spirituality and between your physical reality, between being human and accepting all the quirks that come with that, while also acknowledging and being one with your eternal essence. Spirit, what was to come through for the person watching this today? What needs to come through for them? What do you want to tell them? What is about to be going in the right direction for them? The heart. And the Pilgrim. Okay, so right away, I feel like some of you guys, or most of you guys, whoever's watching this, I feel like there is this emphasis on compassion, love, and not only what you give to others, but more so this is a very, this is a journey that's very much rooted in self. I feel like you have been on this journey, okay? It feels like a very sacred and purposeful journey that you've been on. And it's like, this is what is ultimately leading you in the right direction in your life. There's a lot coming through about this calmness. I feel like there is this calmness entering your life. This enjoyment, this peace, this tranquility, this harmony, this equilibrium. All right? I feel like there is some type of heart-centered realization that you are having. And I really feel like you are being encouraged to keep following your heart, your heart's desires. Okay. Now they're bringing me back to this, like, again, sense of balancing the spiritual and the material here. So that could be something that you have been struggling with, recognizing, having the discernment to know and trust your heart's desires, that it's not rooted in ego. Interesting. There's something here coming through about ego, you trying to discern between your heart, your ego. Okay, there's something as well coming through about perfectionism. Needing to be perfect with it, but it's funny because it's this perfectionism coming through regarding your spiritual essence. Okay, I feel like whoever I'm speaking to has done a lot of work undoing their ego. I just heard unhooking their ego. Okay, I feel like maybe your ego had a hook on you for a bit there in your life. And I feel like you have gone through this period, this chapter of enlightenment, where you are having this discernment. You have awakened to your ego and how it had been running the show, how it had been influencing your life. And so, but it's also interesting because it's like, try not, it's like they're highlighting this sense of like, unbalanced in a way where it's like, okay, we recognize the ego and how that was kind of leading us down one way. Now let's make sure that we are not going too extreme down the other way of having to be perfect in this journey that we're on. Okay, I hope that's making sense. There's a lot here about walking this middle path, and I feel like that really does encompass what I was saying about learning when you need to anchor yourself more in the physical and your human experience, and when you need to kind of pull away from that and enter your inner experience more. And so it's interesting. Maybe that's something that you were learning to master, this balance in your life. Okay. Interesting. I also feel like there is this beautiful co-creation coming in, or this acknowledgement that you are creator. You are one with creator. And it's kind of like having this beautiful realization that everything that you've envisioned for yourself and everything that you have kind of been like slowly, like what I'm getting is this image of like an easel and, you know, painting our life's desires, or, you know, really being the creator, painting what we are trying to experience. And there's something here about this realization of what it is that you're creating being aligned with your heart's desire. I just feel like there is a lot of centered energy coming through here with the heart chakra. It could even be you're currently going through a heart activation, or you are going to be going through one. If you've been feeling more sensitive towards other people, situations, feeling other people's pain and despair very strongly as of late. You are going through a heart activation, okay? It's interesting, at the time of me filming this, we have just experienced a full moon in Libra. All right? So there's something here about heart's desire, personal desire, this balance between give and take, this balance between other people's desires and ours. Okay? But either way, I want to let you know, I feel like a lot of you guys are entering calmer waters. What it's making me think of the Six of Swords in Tarot. Okay? There's this essence of moving into calmer waters, having this type of healing happening in the heart center. Moving on, moving forward. Perhaps moving forward from things that we had been battling, situations that felt challenging, perceptions, even like I was saying with, you know, the ego, perceptions that there's a lot here about your perception coming through as well, especially when it comes to the movement in your life. There is some type of realization, acknowledgement of some type of perception that we've had here that we're leaving behind. I feel like we're having a realization that there was some type of belief that we had here that was stealing our peace, all right? There's a big energy coming through here about moving forward, okay? Moving forward. Some of you guys may be moving forward with some type of like heart's desire. And I mean, like, you know, the compass, right? It's maybe like having some type of epiphany or realization coming up that is redirecting us, redirecting our hearts, kind of aligning us. There's this big alignment coming through between your desire, your mindset, your action, the action you take. It's all has to do with co-creation and creating a certain reality. Okay, interesting. This is a journey for you, okay? This doesn't feel overnight. This feels like a long journey that you've been on. And there's something here, I'm seeing chakras aligning. There's some type of alignment happening here with your chakras, with your energetic body. And I feel like it's coming up. It's going to help you create in a more conscious, heart-centered way. And it's funny because I feel like this is why you're going to see movement in the right direction coming up, because there's something here that is finally aligning energetically, okay? Wow, this message coming through is feeling very strongly channeled. Wheel of Fortune coming through. Okay, like I said, so there's some type of alignment happening here that is allowing you to move forward. I think that you're also having this realization about how everything up until now has really happened in divine timing. Even those feelings of being stuck, they've all been divinely orchestrated, a part of it all, okay? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, there is this sense of instability at the same time coming through. Okay, this could be worries surrounding finances. This could just be our sense of security in general. This could even be something that we have been trying to nurture and maybe feeling incapable of nurturing it due to low energy, due to a lack of faith in a way. I just heard faith being tested. Interesting. Okay, so there is something here about your faith being tested and how this is a very integral part of your journey. Interesting. Okay, what's coming through is I feel like every time there is conflict in your life, every time there's a falling out, every time something feels out of sorts, like there's tension, like there's difficulty, I'm hearing this is a test of your faith. And how it's so necessary for you to have not only further awakenings on your journey, but also so that you can have this realization of co-creation. I feel like there is this message coming through about you having to learn truly that you are not doing this alone. Okay, there may be something in your life that you have been trying to do on your own. It's so funny. It's like, it's weird. You know what's coming through? I was actually having this conversation yesterday. It's this essence of understanding a concept, right? I don't know if this has ever happened to you, where it's like a concept is explained to you, or you understand a concept for what it is logically, but it's a completely different experience to actually feel that concept. Does that make sense? Or experience that concept in your own life. So it doesn't feel so abstract anymore. You can truly understand it on a deep, deep level, like you haven't been able to before. There is something about that on your journey here that maybe you're realizing it, where it's like you have this belief that you believe in, let's say, spirit guides, angels, divine support and help. It's like you have this concept, you believe it, it's part of your belief system, but it's a completely different thing to really feel that. Does that make sense? So there's something here about that being a part of your journey here, these tests of faith. Wow, we're already 16 minutes in. This has been fully really channeled. The energy coming through for you today has been pretty intense. But let's see, like, I feel like there's a more mundane message that wants to come through here today. And I thought so. Okay. I feel like some of you guys have been waiting for some type of confirmation or information, okay? I feel like some of you guys have been waiting for a go-ahead, some type of either sign. So this will be different for each and every one of you, but it could be some type of divine sign from the universe when it comes to the direction that you're going in. Like asking for some type of confirmation, some type of this feels like a confirmation that you've been asking for from spirit. However, for others of you, this could just be interesting. Something about dreams coming through as well, guys. So really watch out for your dreams as after watching this, because I feel like there is some type of confirmation, direction coming through during your dreams as well. But on a more mundane level, this also feels like there could be quite literal communication that you're waiting on, okay? And I do feel like that's about to pop up. There is this essence of communication popping up, okay? And it's funny because here we have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups, and it's kind of that energy that I was talking about, where it's like it's one thing to have that belief or intellectual understanding of something. It's a completely different thing to actually feel it, right? Some of you guys may also be having some type of heartfelt conversation coming up, or getting an opportunity to voice your opinion on something that has made you feel uncertain, unstable, a bit worried. I'm also getting the essence of tackling things, addressing things, okay? I feel like that's coming up for you. Interesting. Four of Cups coming through. So this could be something... This could be some type of situation that we have been ignoring. We have been like rejecting in a way. Okay, that you are now going to be able to kind of face, confront, address. But this could also be dealing with somebody else. So it could be having a conversation with someone that we feel has kind of shut off. Kind of been evasive is what I want to say. Okay, so if that resonates with you, if you feel like you've been dealing with someone that's been evasive, if you've had some type of disagreement, conflict, tension with someone, I feel like there is about to be some type of switch up in that in a way, where maybe this person is going to approach you with some type of like emotional, like they're going to try and have this like emotional understanding is what I heard with you, conversation with you, clear the air. With the Heart card coming out, this could be romantic. But when, you know, coming, like speaking again about heart's desires, it could just be, again, you know, getting clear with our heart's desires with a certain situation, or even with in our own lives, right? And maybe even coming to this understanding and realization of what we are no longer willing to accept. Okay, interesting. Whether it be within ourselves, so ways of speaking to ourselves that we are no longer willing to accept, ways of perceiving things that we are no longer willing to accept, or even just situations that we are no longer willing to accept. Other people's behavior. Take it as it resonates. There was also something very important being highlighted about timing here. Okay, some of you guys may be on some type of timeline, it feels like. There's something here about timing, timeline, Queen of Wands coming through. 3 Queens coming through, guys. Whoa, Wheel of Fortune. I don't know if you saw that, but that flew out. Interesting. Okay, so this may be a conversation with, I mean, take it as a resonance. This is just energy, right? But it could be another female that we're dealing with here. Someone in a more feminine energy. Either way, there is some type of like shift in energy here where things have felt stuck. There's been misunderstandings. Again, whether this be within yourself, aspects of yourself, or whether it be with other people in your life that you've been dealing with. Like I said, it feels like there's some type of movement forward here. Things are moving into calmer waters. Things are about to be feeling unstuck, basically, okay? I feel like things have been feeling stuck here for you. With a situation, within your own energy. I don't know, there's just this energy of stuckness coming through. Temperance. And the 4 of Swords reversed. I just heard time out. Taking a time out. 8 of Pentacles coming through as well. I feel like something that you've been working hard on, there is about to be this movement, okay? This essence of unstuckness. Again, it's funny, we're talking about this sense of balance here at the beginning of the reading with Temperance coming through. Temperance definitely talks about that, right? Needing to have one foot grounded and then the other one in the water, and this beautiful alchemy between both. How, you know, alchemy, manifestation, it requires both. Okay, so there may be some type of alignment happening here within your own energy where I don't know, where maybe there's this logical and passionate aspect of you that is clicking and aligning. Okay, and allowing for movement forward. Or whether now there's some type of sync happening between you and another person, greater understanding and happening. Or if it's just like your life in general going to feel a lot more free flowing. Things are finally looking up in a way. Okay? I really see you putting your head down and getting to work on something and actually seeing good results here, okay? I just heard your patience has been appreciated. Interesting. Yeah, you've been going through this huge lesson regarding balance in your life. I've also heard about not burning yourself out with the Sun in reverse here and the 4 of Swords reversed. I think that you have really been mastering the sense of letting things rest, if that makes sense. I feel like in the past, maybe even when you were kind of like trying to rest from a situation or have time out for yourself, recuperate, revitalize your energy, I feel like your mind was still kind of running. So it's like you may physically be resting, but your mind isn't. There's something here about finding balance with that, okay? It's like, it's really, wow, this is interesting. And I'm wearing, you know, I'm wearing my moon necklace today, and the sun came out reversed, and it's making me feel this energy of allowing both luminaries to have their time, and how that's so reflective within us too, where it's like, you know, there's a time to shine, there's a time to kind of be more in the shadows. And each one plays its role. It's this balance between our feminine and our masculine energy. There's this essence of creation coming through for you coming up. Okay, creation. Look, Scorpio coming through, and take time to breathe out. So that's letting me know, and Scorpio can talk about this regeneration, right? Rejuvenation, needing to regenerate. I feel like you have maybe been being called to be in that energy. Maybe you've been a little bit stubborn or rejecting that. I feel like remember, like you need both for things to be harmonious. There's this big energy coming through today for you about needing to have this balance in your life between action and rest, between night and dark, okay? So I really do feel like you're being called to take this time for yourself at this time, regenerate your energy, because I feel like there is about to be this burst of energy coming up. Okay, where you're really going to have your head down, you're really going to be working hard, you're really going to be addressing things, and I do feel like things are going to be going in your favor. It's going to feel much more free-flowing is what I want to say, okay? Interesting. Look, a new romantic cycle begins. So yeah, for those of you that have been having trouble with others, trouble in paradise, trouble with your passions, maybe feeling passionless, I feel like that's being regenerated. There's something new emerging here for you. Okay. Virgo coming through. You may be a Virgo. Virgo can also talk about being of service. Virgo can talk about our habits, our daily habits. It can talk about our routines. It can talk about our pets. It can talk about our health. Fire reversed. Yeah, look, you got the sun and fire reversed. Okay, this always talks about our energy. Our energy. I keep hearing ebb and flow, ebb and flow. Okay, there's something here about accepting this ebb and flow as part of your journey. Okay, I just heard take the same time that you put it, the same time and energy that you spend outwardly, okay? So the same effort you put outwardly into the world, into taking action, into doing things in your life, you're being called to have that same, give the same amount back to yourself, okay? Otherwise, there's this essence of burning out. Some of you guys may be feeling like you have been burning out. Just here and go with the flow. Allow your energy to be where it's at right now, okay? You may be feeling like called to be more creative at this time, do more like feminine, be more in your feminine energy is what I'm feeling here, okay? Happiness coming through. Good news at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, some of you guys are about to get some type of communication, get some type of sign, some type of positive news here. I feel like there's about to be some type of mental happiness though, okay? Some of you guys, I feel, are going to be out in the sun more coming up. That's really going to be helpful. I'm also being drawn to these birds as well in the happiness card. And it's funny because we got the Page of Cups and the fish, you know, popping out there. And that to me can talk about, you know, this message from spirit. Birds are also very symbolic of messages from the other side. So if that's something that you've been asking for, I feel like that's coming. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. Interesting. It's interesting too with Virgo and Scorpio coming through. 8th house can talk about our fears, right? Kind of like our subconscious, the dark parts of our psyche. And with the 6th house, it could be regarding health, okay? There may be some type of like, I don't know, fear around health that you've been battling, obsessive thinking, worries around health. Okay. Around work, our day-to-day work. This can also talk about like structures of power. So our bosses or those that work under us. Okay. Either way, I feel like Spirit's coming through very strongly today to let you know that whatever it is that you're fearing, that you feel out of sorts with, out of control with in your life, you are okay, okay? That's taken care of, that's all right. Okay, a card dropped down. I'm gonna get that one sec. Okay, the month of June is the card that fell out for you. Okay, so June is very, very important here. June. That could be the month where you start noticing that things are moving in the right direction in your life, okay? Or it could be, I just heard pinnacle. It could be that's the month that you reach this pinnacle of happiness in your life. Itchy nose, so I'll take this confirmation. I'm just getting this big sense of harmony coming through, okay? Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Yes, 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 yes. What was I saying at the beginning of this reading? You were having this enlightenment, this awareness when it comes to the ebb and flow and the balance in your life. Okay. And this balance, it feels like it transcends just one area of your life. It feels like multiple. So that's what's coming up here, okay? A lot here about enlightenment. It could be too, if you feel like you have been on this spiritual journey, this journey of enlightenment, this journey of understanding, whether it be even just a physical journey, an internal journey, or maybe both, whatever it is that you've been on here. It feels like if you have felt disconnected, a lack of progress, oh, I'm getting an itchy nose, so a lack of progress, enlightenment, growth when it comes to this journey that you're on, I feel like you're about to see movement here, okay? Mercury, communication, 6th house. Libra, guys, like a lot here about balance. A lot here about balance. Balancing, harmony. I feel like there's harmony coming in here. Guys, this might be harmony with coworkers. This could be harmony within our networks. This could be harmony within our health, within our routines. Okay, there's some type of harmony here. And with Mercury, I feel like this could also just be harmonious communication coming in for you. Okay, let's pull one more tarot card to wrap this up. Spirit, what is the last thing that you want to highlight for the person watching, please and thank you? Oh my, wow, yay! I love ending readings on a positive note, guys. Okay, look at this. 9 of Cups. And then this is what we had sandwiched in. 5 of Swords reversed. And 4 of Wands. I absolutely love it. Guys, this is an omen of resolution. Okay, if some of you, this is very specific, but if legal battle coming through Okay, that won't be for everyone. But if you've recently been going through some battling others in your life, battling yourself, there's something here about like, yeah, there just being a lack of harmony, okay? Disagreements, a winner and a loser. Okay, having to cut your losses perhaps. I feel like Spirit's saying that that is alleviating. And for those of you that have been in some type of disagreement with someone, I feel like what I said at the beginning, I feel like they are about to reach out, or there's about to be this type of like peaceful resolution, peaceful communication, peaceful conversation. Okay, so expect that. And I just feel like this is going to be leaving you very happy, very satisfied, very harmonious. That word keeps on coming through. There's a big energy here about balance, guys, being restored in your life, okay? With Temperance and the Four of Wands. Like, they talk about this structure, stability, harmony in your life. And I feel like this is going to leave you very happy. All right? Okay, now I'm kind of starting to understand a little bit more of the Sun reverse and the Fire reverse. It makes me think of, what's that word? My will to, what I'm trying to say, my will to thy will. That's what's coming through. It's kind of like being either like it's just this controlling energy of like wanting others to agree with what you have to say, with what you want to do, and having this disagreement. So it could be that's been someone's energy towards you, vice versa. Okay. And it's like, it's making me think of like when someone has too much fire in them, and it can sometimes be unbalanced, right? It's like every energy has its positive and its negative. And, you know, with fire, it's like it can be this passion, this go-getting energy, this creativity. But sometimes if it's unbalanced, it can be like this like hot-headedness, right? This bossiness, this overpowering essence and energy, okay? If you feel like something's been overpowering you, I feel like things are about to be recalibrated. All right? I just really feel like I need to tell you something like this is moving into a more positive direction. You will know what it is. But whatever it is that has felt tense, difficult, conflictive, I feel like we are moving into calmer waters. We are moving into the right direction. I really hope that resonated. Please let me know down in the comments if it did. If you want a personal reading, a link for that is in the description. If this really resonated with you and you wanted to leave a tip, not, you know, you're not obligated to, but I would really appreciate it. Again, there's a tip jar down in the description. Yeah, if you are a regular here, I took a week off because I just really needed it, but I am back. So if you're wondering where I was just, you know, recharging. Had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, and I just needed that time. I feel like it's really important that I show up here in the right energy for you guys. And so, yeah, I will take some of the advice that came through for you today in this reading and apply it to me, because I definitely resonated with some of it. Okay, I will see you next time. I love you.